Powers. I think so they have something in common. You look at the height, 1.77, 1.78, and look at the rates and look at the weights, 94.34, 89.81. So that is why we have the controversy. Jeffrey.
Yeah, having said that, I mean,
absolutely, the judgment night. Here we come. Ayitey Powers being ushered onto the ring for the main event of the evening. As we told you earlier, this is the day that will go down into the annals of Ghana boxing as the most memorable, the most unprecedented occasion, where we have all the pushers, the movers, the shakers of.
He's very calm, keeping his composure, concentrating very hard. There is all the talk is over, action time, keeping a strategy in mind, just making sure that he concentrates on how to come and execute the strategy that he has worked on all this month, when the bragging rights have been on, the fight packaging has been on, various press conferences, pull out at the end of the day. This is the time that all the strategies, the conditioning, the hard work, this is the time that they have to put it into practice. This is where the execution must be made, and this is what Banku wants. The defining moment for him in his career is to make fame and send it to the cemetery.
This is unbelievable. Boxing can bring excitement.
Wow, that is the exciting thing about the industry of boxing. These are all the color. It adds more color. It adds pop. It adds pageantry. It adds the fun aspect. Wow, I'm loving the dance of Ayitey Powers. I don't know the name of this dance,
but it shows how composed the boxer is. Because today is the turning point. Today is the judgment night, and Bukom Banku, he looks very composed, Jeffrey.
Well, I mean, he means business. He means business. The talking is over. Now it's time for action. He means business. He's not talking. He wants to deliver. When he finishes delivering him, then he will be talking. You understand me? That is what he wants to do. He wants to kill Ayitey Powers. After killing Ayitey Powers, then he will now talk.
Interesting. So, Powers, now let me ask you. It looks like Powers is now cool. Before Bukom Banku,
what the reality is dawning on Powers.
Dancing, but now where must he be so calm?
The reality is dawning. I mean, it's very important that after the fanfare, you bring business. He's ready for business now. Powers is concentrating on
round one. So, Jeffrey, this is the scenario all of us are looking for. We've just started. There is nothing to pick between the two boxes. So here we go, Jeffrey. Great jobs coming from Ayitey Powers. And there you have their record. Kamoko, 26 fights, and he has won all and 20 by way of knockout. And you have Powers, 42 fights. He actually won 18, lost 23, drawn 1, and 6 of the wins came by way of knockout. What a day, Jeffrey.
Well, interesting, and the way I know him to be a range fighter. What he needs to do is that he needs to be keeping his jab. The left one is not going. Bukom Banku do not like jab. He needs to keep the jab very consistent to the face of Bukom Banku and create space for a punch.
Absolutely. Those of you watching us, this is live from the Accra Sports Stadium, Ghana. The match missed. And the combination is excellent.
That's a straight right,
good one from
left hook from Bukom Banku. Left hook from Bukom Banku again.
What a fight, Jeffrey.
Exchanges, great exchanges from Bukom. Another uppercut coming from Bukom Banku.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, but still I'm saying that Ayitey Powers is still giving too much room to Bukom Banku.
Watch your hands.
Bukom Banku, what Bukom Banku is doing is that Bukom Banku is somebody who has mastered fighting in close range. Ayitey Powers should be getting out of. He fight from outside. He should be throwing the left jab in order to create the straight right into the face of Bukom Banku. But he's not doing that. And he's giving in too much to Bukom Banku. That is what is allowing the Bukom Banku to give him the uppercut.
But Jeffrey, it looks like now it is equal, because there seems to have similar strategy when Bukom Banku goes into the
fighting bout Ghana has ever hosted, even though it's a non-title.
Are you excited to be part of this?
Well, I'm more than excited about that.
That is the corner of Ayitey Powers there in your shot. And now Brahma Kamoko, Coach Akise, is supported there, making sure that his boxer will do the right thing. Banku Jeffrey. Excellent from Bukom Banku. And look at this one as well. And Jeffrey, you were talking about the defense of Ayitey Powers. It looks like Brahma was able to succeed in penetrating the defense of Ayitey Powers. So he must look at his defense.
Ayitey Power's defense is non-existent. His rear guard is always dropped, and that is why Bukom Banku has realized that, and that is why he's throwing flurry of uppercuts. And when uppercuts are thrown to your chin and your face, look at the way he's penetrating. You understand? And penetrating uppercut shot. I don't think that Ayitey Powers is helping himself.
And you realize that Kamoko is comfortable with the infighting. Brahma Kamoko is not ready to fight him from the distance. He wants to get closer to him, and that is working for him.
Well, that has been his strategy. He's an inside fighter, and that is what he does.
Look at that. Incredible stuff, Jeffrey. And the fans will go gay, to borrow your words. It has become the final round. Boxers would get exhausted. But I think that Ayitey Powers is gradually picking the pieces. Now, look at this wonderful one. A very strong punch on the chin of Bukom Banku. I think this is commendable from Ayitey Powers, I think so. Very, very powerful one indeed.
Well, that was a flash shot. It's not a that was not a devastating punch. That is not I don't see that as a strong punch. That is a flash. That's a flash shot, not a punch, because I mean it didn't really affect